In the absence of our president.
There you go.
In the absence. In the absence of our president due to a death in the family, as vice president, I call this meeting to order. This meeting was published in the papers with the hearing scheduled for 5:30. Additional hearings are scheduled to take place at 6:30, and if we by chance finish the business in this meeting before that time, we will break until 6:30. May we have the roll call?
Elfon.
Here.
Nystrom.
Here.
Pritchard.
Here.
Teven.
Here.
Melhouse absent.
I don't believe we have any recognition of visitors tonight. So consideration of agenda, Julie?
I have no changes to the agenda.
So at this point, we will now open the floor for public comment. Each person will be allowed 2 minutes with a maximum of 30 minutes for public comment.
We need to do the motion on the agenda first.
I'm sorry. Hold on for that. Is there a motion to accept the agenda?
Move to approve the agenda.
Second? Second. It's been moved and seconded to approve the agenda. All in favor say aye. 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 Opposed? The agenda is approved. Thank you. Okay, we will now open the floor for public comment. Each person will be allowed 2 minutes with a maximum of 30 minutes for public comment. I want to remind all speakers that while this is an open forum for any issues of praise or concern, the board does expect all speakers to maintain a civil tone and refrain from using profanity, raising their voices, or making statements that are threatening or harassing toward others. Any speaker who creates a disruption may be asked to leave the meeting. I want to also remind all speakers that any comments that may be made during public comment are done so at the risk of the person making the comment, and that the district will not be responsible for any defamatory or potentially defamatory statements which may be made. It is the board's practice not to engage or respond to speakers during the public comment session. If the board wishes to further discuss or address an item or concern raised in public comment, it will do so by establishing an agenda item at a future board meeting or delegating responsibility to the administration to address or look into an issue. Are there any people who would like to address us? Please make sure you state your name and address.
I'm Dylan Lorenzen. I live on West 7th Street. I have 2 kids in the school district. Well, I just want to say how lucky Millhouse is that he had a split vote. This is a school board meeting, not a clinic meeting, so just want to make that clear. But I couldn't help but notice that vaccines for kids 5 to 11 is okay now. I just want to know where this school board stands. If they're going to try and implement mask mandate, and so I hope they realize how far some parents are willing to go to keep their kids safe. Whether you think you're saving the kids from their parents or not, being his right-hand man. So I took a look into the open enrollment form. If you guys decide to start denying people, I mean, the harassment and health reasons are pretty good, because injections is medical and mandating is close to harassment. So those two do lead to the Board of Education. I'd love to hear what they had to say about it. And it's just ridiculous how the president of this school board does things and it's okay. It's not. Just because there's not that many parents here doesn't mean that there isn't a following. Okay.
Hello, I'm Eileen Westrom. I live at 399 Lilac Lane, north of Boone, and we're in the Boone School District. Our children went to school here, and our grandchildren will someday go to school here. This was meant to be addressed to Dr. Milhouse, but he's obviously not here. Was it illegal or at the very least unethical for someone to say publicly several days before an election that they are suspending their campaign and will not accept the position, and then when the election results are posted, publicly say that the position will be accepted? Could this be considered voter suppression? Is it possible that this statement changed the outcome of the election? If we can't trust a public statement from this candidate, why should we trust him to make decisions about our children?
Are there any other comments?
I'm not gonna use the microphone because last time it was a bit of a struggle, but I'm Jordan Hammer. I was here last month too. I live on 603 Clinton Street. You guys know I got 3 kids. And I would like a response from you guys on this. Do you guys feel that as board members, you guys should hold certain values and ethics? Do you? I mean, I'd really like a response. Can anyone respond? As board members, do you guys feel certain morals and ethics you guys should have? Yet, Dr. Milhouse, and everyone here knows how I feel about Dr. Milhouse. And prayers for his mother and his family at this time. Even with our differences, I wished him and his family well, but if this board honestly thinks that parents and people in this community should trust you, then you guys should maybe take some action to show us that you are at least somewhat trustworthy. There's no scenario where you guys are going to be able to explain to me that it is ethically and morally okay for Dr. Milhouse to, just days prior to an election, declare that he is withdrawing, endorse Mr. Pritchard, not speak on any of the other candidates that we had, and then to turn around later and say that he feels obligated to take it due to the election results. It's morally wrong, and I think you all know it is. It's ethically wrong, and that's coming from, even with our differences aside, you guys know it's wrong. You know it is. You mislead the public like that, sway voters, do the right thing, encourage the doctor to step down. I mean, like I say, I wish him the best with his mother, and it's terrible that he lost her, and prayers and condolences with him, but I feel the doctor needs to do the right thing. And if he's not gonna do the right thing, and you want us to trust you guys as a board, even with disagreeing on the mask mandate, then I would really encourage and implore you all to talk to the doctor and encourage him to do the right thing, the thing that you all know is the right thing to do. Encourage him to step down. Let someone else get on this board who wants to be there, is not there because they feel obligated to be there. Now, I have a very large following of parents. I got 289 people to go out and vote, 131 people registered. We have a following, and there's a lot of people that aren't here because they got to work and they got other obligations. So I'm here to speak for them. I encourage you guys, do the right thing. That's morally and ethically right.
My name's Fred Acuff. I'm number 4, Mr. House. I think it's a pathetic person that would do what you did. I still wouldn't be on the board, and that's fine. There's nothing worse than lying. If he lied about that on the radio, he'll lie about other things. I'm not going to go away. Next election, I will be back. And I will go door to door to talk to people that voted for this supposed board member. Education's too important for us to sit back and allow this to go on. So I will be back. I will be petitioning to be on the ballot, and I will go door to door talking to our citizens, explaining why this board needs to be replaced. Thank you.
Are there any other comments?
Hello, all. It's got to be tough being a board member right now. My name is Mike Myers. Moved to Boone in '94. Don't have any immediate, well, I do have skin in the game. I have 15 grandchildren, and seven of them will be attending, or are attending school here. I guess one of my biggest concerns is, there's a couple of them. If the 5 to 12-year-old injections becomes a mandate, boy, I hope it doesn't. And the masks, I have a little granddaughter who every time I had COVID a year ago, and now I have progressive pulmonary fibrosis, which is a real bummer. I would hate to see anybody get COVID, but I don't think this injection it's more of a therapeutic than it is keeping people from getting COVID. Everything is such a mess right now, and I think it's quite a volatile situation. This is the first year I've really gotten involved in school politics and politics in general in this community, and I'm glad I did, and I will continue to be involved. I just hope that the school board lets the parents be the parents of their children and make these kind of health issues. Because I do think wearing a mask can actually be unhealthy, the way they're touched and they don't get washed. And, you know, I got mine right here. Glad I didn't have to wear it tonight. I already have enough trouble breathing. But anyway, don't want to go too long. Appreciate y'all. I do think Dr. Milhouse, I could get in trouble for the statement. I think he thinks he's doing the right thing. I honestly do. But there are a lot of people that disagree, and I think it's important to let us be heard. Thank you.
Any other comments? Okay, thank you. We will end the hearing of delegates. On to routine business. Is there a motion to accept the routine business?
I motion motion routine business with the exception of one of our bills to Pritchard's for $609.50 for repairs and for open enrollment, 2 items.
Is there a second?
Second.
It's been moved and seconded to accept the routine business, except for pulling out a bill to Pritchard Brothers and the open enrollment report. Are there any discussion? Okay. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, same sign. Ayes have it unanimously, and the routine business is approved. We will now open the time for the public hearing for the futures.
I'd like to make a motion.
Oh, excuse me, yes, we have 2 other motions.
I'd like
thank
to make
you.
a motion to pay the Pritchard's bill for $609.50.
Second.
It's been moved to pay the purchase bill for $609.50. Moved and seconded. Any discussion? Seeing none, all in favor say aye. Aye. Okay, the ayes have it, 3 yes and 1 abstention. Is there any other motions? To accept open enrollment report. To accept the open enrollment report. Okay, it's been moved to accept the open enrollment report. Is there a second?
Second.
Is there any discussion? Okay, all of those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed or abstained? Me, I abstain. The motion passes 3-4 and 1 abstention. Okay, we're now ready to open the public hearing for the Futures High School HACCP and high school gym upgrades and the high school HVAC upgrade projects.
No written comments.
Okay, were there no written comments? Okay, we will now close the public hearing for the Futures High School gym upgrades and the high school HVAC upgrade. We're now to the SBRC application for open enrollment out increase. Julie?
This is for the modified allowable growth being requested in the amount of $404,555.20 for the increased open enrollment out. So we're simply asking for approval to utilize funds for those, for the open enrollments.
I'd move that we approve the SBRC application adjustment as presented.
Second.
Okay, it's been moved and seconded to accept the SBRC application for open enrollment out increase. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye. Aye. The motion passes unanimously. We're now to the SBRC application LEP instruction beyond 5 years.
So this is again another application for funding for the English language learners that are served beyond the 5 years of waiting, and this is for the amount of $3,035.34.
I would move to approve the SBRC application for the LEP as presented.
Second.
Okay, it's been moved and seconded to approve the SBRC application for LEP instruction. Is there any discussion? Seeing none, all in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? The motion passes unanimously. We're now into the transportation for the hard service report.
Director Mike Kennedy shared with you the proposed hard surface routes for 21-22 school year. These are the same as they were last year as well. So we're just asking that they be approved for this year. Hopefully we won't have to use them.
Move to approve the hard surface routes.
It's been moved and seconded to accept the transportation hard service report. Any discussion? Seeing none, all in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion passes unanimously. We're now on to the YSS agreement, homeless project.
The district had attained a homeless grant that allows us to coordinate with YSS for our homeless coordinator. And that's what this contract is for, is that collaboration between YSS and the district.
I might have missed it, Julie, but how much was our grant? How much was the grant? Are we applying for it?
We just need to approve it.
We have the grant for. Okay. I couldn't find it. Okay. Okay. Thank you.
Is there a motion?
Second.
It's been moved and seconded to accept the YSS agreement for the homeless project coordinator. Is there any discussion? Seeing none, all in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion passes unanimously. We're now on to the LAP allowable cost.
So this is for a different English language learner allowable cost, and this is in the amount of $50,016.98 for the 21-20, should be the 21-22 school year. Oh, and last year's overage, so that's why it's the overage that we had from last year. That's right, it says 2020, 2021. So this is for the excess costs, so we're asking for that to, from the SBRC. Yeah, that's the amount that was over.
It's just giving us the authority.
Just giving us the authority to do that.
Is there a motion?
I would move to approve the LEP allowable cost excess of $50,016.98.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded to approve the LEP allowable cost. Any discussion? Hearing none. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? The ayes have it unanimously. We are now on to the Access Systems copier lease.
So I'm actually going to have Levi come and share with you a little bit more about this lease and why we're looking to coordinate with Access Systems.
I turn this mic down. Okay, so the Access Systems lease would basically replace our current LRI lease for the copiers that are around the district. Mostly it's a cost-saving proposal. It's about $1,000 a month savings over what we're paying LRI currently. But beyond that, it would also get us new equipment. So our copiers are 4 to 5 years old right now, which is basically the end of the life for them. So we could replace them through the current vendor, but we were approached by Access Systems with a proposal that they would meet Board of Regents pricing, so the same pricing that all the universities get in the state. So they've given us that same pricing. They would come in and replace all the copiers. They would buy out our existing contract with LRI, so the remaining lease that we have, and then we would be down to lease and service through a single company, which is today sort of separate. So basically sticking with the same sort of technology, same Toshiba platform that we have now, just newer versions, more reliable, faster. Any questions?
So there won't be a huge learning curve for staff?
Right, same user interface. The only change is they'll have some additional features that they don't have now, but otherwise looks mostly the same. Servicing would be done through service calls like it is now through LRI. This would be a little bit more automated on the toner perspective. So today we have to order toner. These basically send them an automated notice and say, based on your current consumption rate, your toner is going to run out in a week, and then they ship one to us and it just shows up.
Okay, any other questions for Levi? Is there a motion to accept the lease?
I'd move to approve the Access Systems copier lease.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded to accept the Access Systems copier lease. Any discussion? Seeing none, we will vote. All in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? The motion is passed unanimously. We are now to the canvass of votes for school board election.
So after an election, the Boone County provides us with the canvass of votes, and we recommend approval of the canvass of votes from the November 2nd election.
I would move to approve the canvass of votes that took place on November 2nd election.
It's been moved and seconded to accept the canvass of votes from the election, school board election. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion passes unanimously. Is there a motion for adjournment?
Move to adjourn.
It's been moved and seconded to adjourn. All in favor say aye. Opposed, same sign. This meeting is adjourned. We will adjourn until 6:30 because that is the next scheduled time for the open session, open meeting.